she came home.
Carlyle's lost an empire. You fall hard enough, you tend to be reminded of what truly matters. So, the end of the line. You ready for this?
Are you? Who will you be, without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Alexa Carlyle is dead. According to the funeral invitation, that is. So naturally, it caused quite a stir when the late matriarch turned up at the breakfast table, alive and kicking. Carlyle, wisely sensing that her number is up, has emerged from exile to tie up loose ends and secure the Carlyle legacy. She may be a monster, but you have to admire her due diligence. Carlyle descends from an ancient line of warrior aristocrats. Her great-grandfather made a killing in the Second Opium War and established an empire in shipping, railroads, and newspaper publishing. While largely unknown to the public, the family still asserts its quiet dominance over global transport and logistics, media, and technology. Most senior of the partners, Alexa Carlyle, is cold as ice, tough as nails, and sharp as a razor. Incidentally, it was her late father who first brought the three families together after the end of World War II at this very house, meaning that this gentleman is the birthplace of Providence.
It began here, and it ends here. Talk about poetic.
One more thing. According to our intel, Carlyle keeps a case file on the Constant, information that may be helpful in his recapture, so don't leave the estate without it.
Right. Happy hunting, 47. See you on the other side.
Allez. Donc en mode professionnel encore une fois, tac. Alors au niveau des objets, est-ce qu'on a toujours la même chose? On a la boule de neige, d'accord, on a déverrouillé ça, on a les pièces. Ok. Ce coup-ci on a une arme. Non, on va rester sur le classique. Hein. On va laisser les choses de base. Objectif. On vient de voir le briefing. Ok. Bah let's go. Allez.
Thornbridge Manor. The Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson, and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlyle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlyle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
Franchement, très très beau. Hein. Encore une fois, c'est incroyable. On peut pas prendre la moto? Dommage, ça serait trop beau. Oh là là, regardez-moi ça. Oh, 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 oh. Une intrigue, d'accord. On doit se cacher?
I have an appointment with Madame Carlyle. Please wait.
Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madame Carlyle. You can go right in.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47. A famous private investigator summoned by Alexa Carlyle has arrived at Thornbridge Manor. If you take his place, it may be an
Ok, donc je
opportunity
pourrais
to
prendre
get close to
l'apparence
Madame
du
Carlyle.
célèbre détective. Comme ça, je pourrais m'approcher de cette dame. Ça, forcément, il n'y a que 3 intrigues, hein. C'est bizarre, j'ai l'impression que dans les autres Hitman, il y en avait plus d'intrigues, si je me trompe pas. Ou alors c'est peut-être parce que c'est les premières missions. Je ne sais pas. Suivez le détective, donc bon, on va le suivre. Bon, nous on peut passer par là, jusqu'à là ça va, c'est tranquille. Est-ce qu'on peut se cacher dans les petits buissons là? Non, forcément.
I know I oughtn't say anything, but I'm so relieved you're here. Everything's just so strange. Preparing for Madame's funeral, and then she turns up alive. But then the awful business with her brother Zachary, and all this security. I've never seen a place guarded like this, and I dare say I don't like it
Oh,
at all.
by the way, I told Kate about those texts.
What did
Ouais,
she say?
peut-être
Well,
passer
I
par
thought she'd
là.
be mad at me, but she just thanked me, said she understood the position I was in. We had a really good talk about it, actually.
Oh, what did I tell you? She's a sensible woman. And that stuff from your ex was like manipulation 101.
I
Je peux
know.
rentrer par là.
I guess I thought she was gonna read into them and freak out and say I must have done something to provoke her.
Shit, man. Caroline really did a number
That's a
on
bit
you.
excessive, I think, considering the fact
Je
that I
surveille en
spotted
même
no
temps
less
lui
than
qui
2
rentre et en
routes
même
to
temps
get
eux
inside
s'ils
the
viennent
house
pas vers moi, comme là
unseen.
justement.
We know what we're doing, sir. Don't worry about that.
Ça va, il vient pas jusqu'à moi. Ok, faut que je le suive. Hein. Normalement je vais pouvoir rentrer sans problème. Hop là. Jusqu'à là ça va, tranquille. Détective, où es-tu? Allez, viens par ici. Voilà, bah parfait. Je vais juste demander. En plus on peut le mettre là-dedans. Ok, personne me voit normalement. Oui, je peux le cacher. Ça va. Il n'y a que 8 déguisements possibles, donc bah, déjà celui-là. Le jardinier dehors, je suppose, les gardes du corps. Je peux rentrer du coup facile, tranquille. Ok. Il n'y a que 22 pièces à explorer.
Mr. Whitmer, thank you for
C'est
coming on
vraiment,
such short
c'est
notice.
vraiment magnifique. Hein.
A great tragedy has fallen upon us, and I need a quick resolution, handled with absolute discretion.
Results and discretion are my speciality.
Very well. I suppose you will want to start at the crime scene.
In my experience, a thorough examination of a potential crime scene is half the job done.
Good. Fernsby will take over from here.
I am Mr. Fernsby, the butler. Madame Carlyle has asked me to assist you in any way possible. Mr. Whitmer, I understand that you've travelled from London. Would you care for some refreshments? Or do you prefer to go straight to Mr. Zachary's sleeping quarters?
I prefer to get started.
As you wish. If you'll follow me, sir.
Allez, on te suit.
I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madame Carlyle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that a staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow.
Ah oui.
Madame's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. So please bear with them if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madame Carlyle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madame Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madame Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my right.
A locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this.
Alors, la chambre de Zachary, le petit frère d'Alexa, est résident du manoir Dartmoor. La chambre se situe au premier étage du manoir, dans l'aile opposée au cimetière. Ok. Je dois prendre en photo? Quoi, les...
Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
Throat markings indicate a red.
Le corps sans vie de Zachary. Zachary a retrouvé dans son lit. Les marques dans son cou laissent penser qu'il était victime de poison d'une plante éphémère très rare autour de 22 heures.
A short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47. Zachary's suicide note.
Dernier mot de Zachary. Les lettres de suicide trouvées dans la chambre de Zachary et signées de sa main. On lit ceci: je suis hanté par des choix abominables du passé et leurs conséquences dévorantes. Alexa a été le radeau qui m'a maintenu à flot. Je ne peux continuer sans elle. Adieu, Zachary.
Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity.
Sur la carte, j'ai l'impression qu'il faut prendre une photo de la table de chevet, d'accord. J'ai encore des choses à fouiller. Son ordinateur, forcément.
Zachary was shopping for New Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal.
Suicidaire, bah oui, carrément. Ce n'est donc pas un vrai suicide. J'ai tout fouillé là, non? Dehors?
Sir?
Tête de vue. Cette vue est quand même incroyable. Est-ce que je devrais pas prendre une photo? Pas du tout. Tirer le livre. Une pièce secrète?
A hidden door.
It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside. I'm sure there's more to find in Zachary's room. A photocopy of the floor.
Alors, un plan de l'étage du manoir Tonbridge présentant diverses pièces et passages secrets, dont l'un permet d'accéder à la chambre de Zachary. Bon, bah, celui-là.
Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor.
Je dois les voir,
I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
Trouver le dossier aussi, hein. Ça doit être une petite mission secondaire, je pense. Donc là c'est pour se cacher. Qu'est-ce qu'on a par ici? Rien pour rentrer. Ok, c'est lui que je dois voir. Ah, il n'y a pas les horloges comme ça.
So, how long have you been working here?
About a month now.
You're American. What on earth are you doing in this shithole? A girl like you belongs to clubs in London. I bet you're a great dancer.
I don't like dancing.
What about restaurants then? You like food? I know some great places. You should come visit. I'll take you somewhere really.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
This is very useful information, 47.
Donc Zachary, le petit frère d'Alexa et résident du manoir, hein, a été retrouvé mort, mais ça on le sait. Alors, le fils aîné d'Alexa, donc Grégory Carlis, il est suspect. Le fils cadet d'Alexa, donc Edward, il est suspect aussi. La petite fille est suspect, en fait c'est toute la famille qui est suspect. L'épouse de Grégory, la belle-fille et belle-fille de Madame Machin, Emma, est un suspect par référence du meurtre. Ok. Le fils d'Emma et Grégory, Patrick, est un suspect aussi. Et lui, on l'a déjà interrogé.
So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47?
Ok. Donc là, il faut
Motive
que...
means an opportunity, I believe.
Comment on peut savoir où ils sont, par contre? Est-ce qu'on peut le savoir? On peut pas le savoir, par contre. Qu'est-ce qu'on a d'autre comme intrigue? On peut pas encore le savoir.
May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
Lui, c'en était un peut-être déjà.
Perhaps a brisk walk in the garden would do you good.
Ouais, lui,
I
c'en
said speed up time, not my past.
Maîtriser, non.
I'll just go away.
Il est occupé, Patrick.
I'll come back later.
How very kind of you, dear Mr. Fernsby. I hope to see you soon. Here we go, kid.
Bah Patrick, tu vas arrêter d'être occupé et tu vas me parler. Viens par ici, viens
Very
par
well,
ici.
Mr. Fernsby.
Patrick
Make sure
Carlyle,
you focus on your work.
can you tell me where you were yesterday
Crying
evening?
in the kitchen. So watch
It's
yourself
that
around.
sneaky butler, isn't
Don't
he?
worry
He
about
ratted
me.
me out. Elaine,
I think
Give
Patrick
us
is
some
giving you
privacy,
a
would
really
you?
hard
D'accord, c'est comme ça que tu m'aides. Super.
don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening
Ça doit pas être lui.
stroll.
S'il dit
I
vrai,
mean,
c'est pas lui.
how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. So, is that it?
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexa used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him. Then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death by boredom.
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary topped himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
D'accord. Il dit que Zachary est flippant, donc c'est ok. Patrick suggère enfin qu'il est possible que Zachary se soit donné la mort ou que Monsieur Fernsby aurait pu le faire. Ouais. Prendre le savon. On peut faire quoi avec le savon? Alors, on a pas mal d'autres personnes. Ah ok, donc lui, ne sais plus c'est qui, mais on va lui demander. C'est Grégory, un des frères, je crois.
Can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Ed.
Avec Edward.
I wish I
Il faut
had
qu'on écoute ce qu'il dit,
Chris
Edward.
night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Anything else you want to pry from my intricate intellect?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach?
Donc s'il dit vrai,
Such a sad old
il n'est
soul.
pas suspect.
A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger ball. He's better off dead. Is that all? Not very...
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
Ok. Viens par ici, toi, j'ai quelques questions à te poser.
Emma Carlisle, can you tell me where you
Donc elle,
were
c'est la femme de
yesterday
Grégory, je
evening?
suppose.
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock.
Elle dit vers 20h,
Anything
l'autre il avait
else
dit
you want to
20h30.
know?
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this
Alexa est
ended.
en partie responsable de ce qui
She
lui est arrivé.
supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Is that all?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind.
J'avais rien remarqué.
Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
Ok, donc elle va pas trop m'avancer du coup. Il en reste encore quelques-uns quand même à interroger. On a Edouard, Rebecca et... c'est tout. Donc juste deux. Ok. Par contre, je vois que là, il y a un truc à faire avec les photos. Où ça? Le cadre. Un portrait de mon... D'accord. Le grand frère défunt de Madame Carlis. Ok. Il y a une autre photo à faire, mais je crois que c'est dehors la photo par contre. On peut sortir? Ouais. Ouais, c'est là la photo? C'est pas là la photo? Non. Bon, je sais pas. C'est peut-être pas à cet étage, je sais pas si... On sait rien.
You always led by example rather than by words and meaningless gestures. Like hugs and encouragement. Just a single spontaneous caress, what a difference that would have made. Right. I clearly remember when I was...
Professor Edward Carlisle, can you
Ok,
tell
c'est
me
Edward,
your
donc celui qui était
whereabouts
parti
for
boire un
last
verre
night?
normalement à 20h30.
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'd never admit it.
Okay.
I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30.
Ok, donc ils sont
Anything else I
crédibles.
can do to help?
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We all were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff, all the company he had. If that's all, I have a speech to write.
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have strong opinion on it afterwards. I can't breathe. Excuse me.
Ok, bon lui je pense quand même qu'il est plutôt crédible. Il reste une personne, franchement pour l'instant j'ai aucun doute sur
I
personne.
clearly remember when I was 5.
On n'est
I
pas très
climbed a
bon
tree
en
and
Angleterre.
could not make my way down. I was scared and called out for help. Of all
Zone découverte. Hein.
But he was such a gentleman. He gave me his coat and all.
Rosie, you need to forget about Patrick. No
Rosie.
good's gonna come of it. Stick to your own kind.
You mean like Chris? He treated me like shit.
Donc
All
celle
he
qui
wanted
était
to
avec,
do was play his
avec le
stupid
premier
video
gars qu'on
games.
a
Never any
interrogé, Patrick je
romance.
crois.
I deserve romance.
Rosie,
Allez.
tell me what you did last night.
I'm in trouble, aren't I?
Oula,
I
pourquoi tu
spent the
stresses?
evening with Patrick. We met after dinner and I went home at 1 in the morning. He said he needed someone real to talk to. When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any strangers outside the house?
No, we saw no one outside. Except Patrick's mother, Emma. We were sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you? She'd insist Madame Carlyle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will. She's always going on about how things will change once she's in charge of Thornbridge Manor. But now he just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of pressure.
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
Tout?
How are things coming along inside? Is everything ready for tomorrow?
That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
I know I have to, but Amy...
Est-ce que je pouvais prendre un sabre? Ok. Du coup, j'ai pas la clé.
On top of everything, Rosie thinks she's in love with young Patrick. I mean, that's a breaking heart happening if I ever saw one.
Life can be tough sometimes.
Alexa back from the dead, a make-believe funeral, a murder mystery, all too
Ok,
much.
donc là, on revient ici. Bah voilà. Rebecca, j'ai besoin de te parler. Arrête de me snobber, j'ai envie de te parler. Elle me snob, hein.
Rebecca Carlyle,
Enfin.
can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 9:15. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange.
Ok, il y a quand même plusieurs personnes qui se plaignent de... Enfin, qui se plaignent
I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is there anything else you want to...
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer? I do have a lot to see to.
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much.
Oui, Edward c'est bon. Y a pas de problème. Pourquoi il y a une croix? Ça veut dire quoi? Ça veut dire qu'ils sont pas suspects du coup? Alibi confirmé. D'accord, oui. Donc Rosie elle a confirmé l'alibi, Edward est aussi, lui aussi. Ok, donc du coup c'est les deux là hein, qui... Ah puis lui aussi forcément. Bah il faut que j'aille dans son bureau mais il faut que je trouve sa clé du coup. Et eux du coup. Qu'est-ce que je peux faire pour confirmer l'alibi? Épouse de Grégory et belle-fille de machin. Emma est suspecte donc elle oui hein, forcément. Elle prétend être allée se coucher. Du temps avec Zachary à cause d'un... Faut absolument que je rentre dans la pièce de l'autre là. Où est-ce que je peux avoir son bureau? Déjà on va essayer de le revoir, il est où? À quel endroit? Là c'est pas du tout de là que j'arrive normalement.
To her, that sort of thing.
Des dossiers?
You did make sure she didn't see you give the other one to the butler.
Of course.
Qu'est-ce que je dois faire du coup? Je dois lui piquer le dossier? Alors, d'après les gardes du corps, Rebecca et monsieur ont tous deux reçu un jeton de Milton machin. En combinant les jetons, on peut accéder à un coffre particulier de la banque. Celui-ci contiendra une copie du dossier sur Arthur Edwards. Par contre, il faut qu'il s'en aille de là. Alors qu'il s'en aille, non? C'était lui ou pas du coup? Enfin, est-ce que c'est lui le dossier? Enfin, est-ce que c'est lui qui l'a donné? Parce que là on le voit plus à l'écran sur la carte. Bon. On verra plus tard. Faut que je retrouve l'entrée principale.
Oh, please.
He's circling us. I don't see
suis
him
là, hein.
snooping around your sister. I bet Alexa said something.
If I could be bothered.
Did all the groceries arrive? I heard some of the delivery people were unhappy with the security at the gate. But what is safe with that? You never really know.
Un vrai labyrinthe.
Why waste away in front of the books when he can play like that? That music makes my heart.
Et je reviens ici. On va y arriver. Je ne sais pas du tout. Bon, lui ça me perturbe, j'ai envie de lui prendre son truc. Hein.
Security detail at a staged funeral event tomorrow. That'll be a first for me.
How are you today, sir?
This is a stop and search zone.
Bah,
So if
c'est
you
bon,
want to
tu te
get
fous de moi
through
quoi,
here,
j'étais dans la maison depuis tout à l'heure. Il va pas me refaire une fouille. Hein.
You didn't know it was all fake, and now you have a meltdown.
Bon,
Good day to you, sir.
je tourne en rond. On peut faire quelque chose avec ça? Non, pas, c'est juste... Qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire là? Me dis pas qu'on peut aller dans sa pièce. Ah. Ah ah ah. Qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire? Super. Ça servira à quoi de faire ça? J'ai peur. Monter jusqu'à là, hein. C'est trop. Hein. Super, bah ça sert à rien. On peut monter jusqu'à là, mais ça sert à rien. Je n'ai rien dit. On n'a pas le droit de venir là normalement. Ah alors, une lettre. Super. On va la lire. Alors, une lettre d'Alexa à sa fille Rebecca qu'elle n'a jamais envoyée. On n'y lit que 2 jetons en possession de Rebecca et de Monsieur Fernsby, le majordome, doivent être combinés dans le cas où Alexa venait à mourir. Ensemble, les jetons donnent accès à un coffre spécifique de la banque Milton machin à Londres. Ce coffre contiendra une copie du dossier machin. Ok. Oula. C'est une vitre, ok. Je croyais qu'on pouvait passer. Je me suis cogné à la vitre. Qu'est-ce que tu veux qu'on fasse avec des ciseaux? Bon, c'est super, mais... C'est tout. Rien à faire là-bas. Hein. Oh là 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 là, c'est compliqué quand même. Hein. On avait déjà regardé, hein. Non non, on n'avait pas regardé d'ailleurs. Bah voilà, tout simplement. Que suis-je bête? Je suis passé devant cette pièce des millions de fois. Non, c'est pas comme ça. C'est comme ça. On va prendre en photo avant. Non. Qu'est-ce qu'on doit prendre en photo? Qu'est-ce qu'on doit prendre en photo? C'est pas ça? Ah, il y a un tableau.
I can see from the log that Rebecca was
Alors,
in a conference call from 9 p.m. to mid.
D'après l'historique, elle était bien au téléphone apparemment. Elle était bien au téléphone à 21h. Donc il reste plus que 2 personnes. Ouais, bon, c'est sûr que c'est lui. Hein. Là, il y a presque pas de doute là. Hein. Interagir, encore une pièce secrète? Zone découverte, pièce secrète, ok. Oui.
I need to get a listing of asset transfers from the Carlisle account HTC depot number 5085. Immediately.
Non, j'ai pas le droit.
Also.
Je fasse attention.
Right. I'll double check and get back to you.
Ok, je reviens ici. D'accord. Je reviens dans la chambre de Zachary. Faut que je fasse attention du coup parce que normalement je suis pas censé être là. Mais du coup on n'a toujours pas de clé pour rentrer dans cette pièce. C'est d'un compliqué je trouve quand même. Bon, de toute façon, ils ont tous un alibi. Hein. Je pense qu'on va retourner voir le majordome, de toute façon. Est-ce que je peux passer par là sans qu'ils me disent quoi que ce soit? On va repasser par là. Allez, on va retourner le voir et on va lui dire de monter.
How are you today, sir?
Hop. C'est pas lui, c'est lui.
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmire, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
Ouais, ça va pas. J'ai pas ce qu'il faut. J'en ai marre. J'en ai marre. Ah mais c'est ouf ça. Il me reste plus que 2 quoi. Où est-ce qu'elle qui peut avoir ses clés en fait? C'est juste pas possible. Franchement, je sais pas là. Bah, on a cette pièce là qu'on peut pas regarder. Cette pièce là. Parce que là on a vérifié tout après, hein. C'est les étages, donc ça c'est les étages qu'on peut pas aller. On va aller dans le jardin encore, on va voir s'il n'y a pas des personnes qu'on peut interroger. Donc c'est pas par là. Pardon. Sécurité.
Now Zachary won't get to see the rhododendron Virginian blossom. They were his
C'est un petit
favorite.
biche ça.
I know.
Ah, ça c'est pas mal par contre. On va pouvoir rentrer dans la
We
pièce.
shall all miss him
Bah oui, on peut
dearly.
rentrer dans la pièce tout simplement. Avec le pied de biche. Ok, parfait. Allez, on retourne.
Everything needs to be ready for the funeral. It needs to look good for the family portrait. I can feel that pressure too.
Ça c'est sûrement pour l'intrigue du photographe. Mais bon, ça on verra plus tard pour les intrigues. Sa pièce, elle est où maintenant? Est-ce qu'on le voit sur la carte, la pièce? C'est dans la vie du personnage, je crois. Hein. Pas par là? Si je dis pas de bêtises, c'était par là.
Did all the groceries arrive? I heard some of the delivery people were unhappy with the security.
Il y a une pièce qu'on n'a pas visitée, donc ça doit être celle-là. Est-ce qu'on fera du bruit ou pas? Ça a l'air d'aller. Ok. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'il y a sur cette feuille? Une liste rédigée par monsieur machin, le majordome. Elle compte divers préparatifs sur les funérailles truqués ayant lieu demain, ainsi qu'une séance photo prévue aujourd'hui. Donc ça, ok, l'écriture ne correspond pas à celle de la lettre du suicide de Zachary. Donc ça devrait pas être lui. Donc ça devrait être que... Bah il n'en reste plus qu'une, hein, de toute façon. Mais ça lui a pas enlevé le... Ok.
Painkillers. Lethal if you use enough of them.
But not the poison used to kill Zachary. Of course, Madame
Maintenant, il a plus l'alibi. Bah si, toujours.
Carlyle doesn't know that. Are you considering to frame the butler, 47?
Sorry, but I think I...
On va retourner dans cette pièce. Allez, allez. On l'a pas lu ça.
Now this is interesting, 47.
Il manquait juste ça.
A letter from Emma's mother stating that Emma is the illegitimate child of Alexa's late older brother, Montgomery. And listen to this. She claims to have witnessed Alexa and Zachary murder him. The plot thickens. You have uncovered enough evidence to tell Madame Carlyle that Emma is the murderer. Quite the detective, 47. I'm impressed. I suggest you go tell Mr. Fernsby.
I'm ready to present my conclusion to Madame Carlyle.
Very well.
Unless you think there are more secrets to uncover.
Juste vite fait, juste pour être sûr qu'on se trompe pas quand même, hein. Ce serait dommage. Au niveau des suspects, c'est bien elle la meurtrière, on est d'accord. C'est bien ce que j'avais compris depuis le début. Ok. Par contre, trouver le dossier, j'ai pas compris. Je pense que ça devait être le portable du mec dehors. Je suis quand même pressé de voir les autres intrigues, voir ce que ça donne. Peut-être plus simple, hein, les autres intrigues. Enfin, je sais pas, mais ça peut être sympa. On regardera ça plus tard.
How are you?
Ça y est, je peux enfin monter par là. Oh, tu peux me regarder comme ça. Hein.
Not that I know of, no.
I need to keep an eye out, you know.
This is Madame Carlyle's office. Please step inside.
Ça là? Allez.
Your detective skills have gained you access to the Lion's Den, 47. Now, go claim your reward.
So, Mr. Whitmer, you've reached a conclusion. Take a seat, please. Go ahead.
Je vous écoute. Accusé. Confirmer l'hypothèse du fils.
Your niece, Emma Carlyle, murdered your brother Zachary.
My niece? Emma is not my niece. She's my daughter-in-law.
And your niece. Emma is the illegitimate child of your late older brother Montgomery, who you and Zachary killed 46 years ago.
That's preposterous.
You asked me to find out what happened to Zachary. Would you rather not know?
No. No, go on.
I found a letter from Emma's mother Jane, who was the fiancée of your older brother at the time of his death. She witnessed how you and Zachary pushed him off the balcony. She believed you did it to steal the Carlyle empire from her and her unborn child. And she raised Emma to reclaim what she lost, marry your heir Gregory, get revenge, and secure the Carlyle empire for her bloodline generations to come.
Emma is the daughter of Montgomery and that local girl, Jane.
She is.
Well, the girl got it wrong. I didn't steal anything. I did what was necessary to protect the future of the Carlyles. Montgomery wasn't cut out to take over from father. All heart and no balls.
Emma used a funeral gathering to speed up her installment as the lady of the house, seizing the opportunity to stage Zachary's suicide. She did her homework, used a poison made from one of Zachary's rare plants, found old floor plans from Thornbridge Manor to gain access to his room through a secret passage.
That scheming bitch.
More than you think. I found proof that she will try to poison you next.
Well, I'll have to take care of that. Thank you, Mr. Whitmer. You have not disappointed. I promised you I would reward you generously if you solved the case. So, what do you suggest?
I want the file you have on Arthur Edwards.
Edwards, the constant. But how do you... Oh, I see. I expected you might show up. But to kill me, not help me. But I've been wrong on so many things lately, so why not this one? I will give you the file on Edwards. You've earned it. I don't suppose I could convince you to deal with my daughter-in-law now you're here. I would like to see her dead. No? What a shame. I'll have to see to it some other way then.
Ton coffre.
The file you want is in the safe. God, I hope you get Edwards and make him hurt. I need some privacy. Thank you.
Good work, 47. That's the file on Arthur Edwards secured. Time to take care of Madame Carlyle.
Du coup, je peux la tuer maintenant? On va la pousser. Allez, ciao.
Mission complete. Well done, 47.
On avait 5 façons de la tuer apparemment.
Just keep calm.
Intrusion, 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 faut pas rentrer là. Hop. On n'a pas plusieurs sorties? Il n'y a pas une sortie en bateau normalement? J'avais trouvé des clés de bateau. Descendre encore normalement? Ah, je peux pas. Par ici. Pas mal, franchement cette mission est bien. Bon, on a mis énormément de temps, mais très très bien, j'aime bien. Franchement, c'est trop bien. Avoir fait des enquêtes et tout, j'adore. Ah, ça y est, je suis à la recherche, ils ont trouvé le mort. Vite, vite, vite. Rentrons en moto. Bah c'est parfait, franchement.
"47. They're everywhere. Go, get out! It's the Constantine. Shit!
Ah oui. Et ben voilà, c'est parfait. Mission terminée. La vache. On a débloqué un crochet. D'accord. Ah, on peut. D'accord, on peut commencer en tant que jardinier. C'est pas mal, hein, franchement, tout ça. Moi j'aime bien. Hein, il y a moyen de s'amuser.
47. Don't respond, just listen. Diana can't help you now. You need to find Olivia. She will know what to do. I wish there had been more time.
And then there were none. Thank you, Miss Burnwood. Now, it's my turn.
Stay down. Boss wants you alive.
Yeah? How about now?
Over here! Cover me! Walk away! Or what? You gonna take us all on?
Don't.
Tell the Constant to start running!
You think you've won? 47 is out there. And 47 never misses his mark.
Neither do you, Miss Burnwood. That's what makes you valuable.
You're delusional. You think I would betray 47?
Trust me, you owe him nothing.
What is this?
I told you we could help each other, and I meant it. I look forward to your call.
Gray is gone. Go to Berlin and stay out of sight. We're all that's left now.